What's going on, guys? So we are coming to you today with a review on a new product that has come to us. This is the Kawitz 360 degree laser level. I've been wanting to get one of these for doing work and stuff, and was lucky enough to get hooked up with Kawitz, and we got the laser level here. You've got a user manual right off the top. Second thing being is going to be this nice case that it comes in. And we'll drop the box off to the side here. But you get a nice carrying case. It's pretty padded. Get it opened up and we'll start running through the components that you get. Alright, so right off the bat we open up the case. First thing we've got right here is the 360 degree laser level. Now this unit does a beam this way, and this way. So you can actually have 360 degree level. There's all three of them. So you can see the line running on me here, straight up and down, and here. And then we also have the one that's on the table here running this way. Alright, so there's two different modes on this. You can hit this button and it puts it in continuous. And then in this mode here is super bright, so you can see it. What this mode button does on the side, and you'll notice I just knocked it off level so it started flashing. This button here is actually set up to where you can engage this and use a reader out on a grade pole, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But that is the setup that we get there. So we've got this nice horizontal laser beam that runs 360 degrees all the way around. We can set this for level on leveling pictures or leveling tile on a wall or anything to that extent, really. Anything you would use a laser level for, this is going to work great. The green is super easy to see, especially inside like this. Outside, it is a little bit harder to see, but they do provide you with this nice little tool here. And you'll see on this, you can really see that laser light really stand out right there. As I move it up and down, you can see it, and it just stands out on this mirror screen here. They include this with you. It's got a little kickstand on it where you can set it up if you need to. And it's also got a magnet on the back where you can stick it to something metal and make it stand up. You get the included battery that's on here. These batteries are rated at about 20 hours. They charge with a USB-C charger. And you get a second battery. So all total, you should get about 40 hours of usage off of this. Now, I've used it some, and I have to say the battery life has been exceptional thus far. They include a USB-C charging cable, and then they include a wall adapter with a USB plug, and then you have a tripod mount that you can attach to the bottom of it, which also has magnets on the sides here where you can magnetize it to something should you desire to do that. On the bottom of the unit, it's also got a 1/4 and a 5/8, so it fits a standard grade tripod as well as a standard photo tripod. I use it with just an old photo tripod, and it works great for me, especially with the adjustable column for the things that I do with it. You can utilize this plate on the bottom if you would like to. And that is everything that's in the case. Now, I'm going to set this case to the side here. So guys, this is like a Pelican case basically. Picked this up off of Amazon. It wasn't that expensive. It's got the pluckable foam in it where you can pluck it out and make all of your compartments and everything and make a space for all this. It's hard-sided, so I don't have to worry about it. Plus it's waterproof, so if I'm out on a job site and it starts raining, I can have the stuff in here and I don't have to worry about it. This is the piece that I was talking about adding on to it. Now you can attach this to a grade rod, which I happen to have one. I purchased it a separate with this. This one's about 9 feet. You can attach this to it, and you can go along on grade and tell whether you're sloping down or up. Works really good for doing grading work, septic tank work, any type of drainage as far as like French drains and drain fields and things of that nature, where you've got to have a certain amount of fall all the way across in order for your water to run and turn and go the way you want it to. But the thing of it is, you know, if you're out there and you're working, sometimes in the sun, if you get a long way away from this, you can't see this, or it may be up over your head. So we turn this on, and then on the front of this, we're going to make sure that we are set in the transmitter mode, so it'll actually send the laser beam out and it'll recognize on this. Now it's relatively bright in here. Sometimes you have to shade this, but I'm just going to bring it in, and as it starts to come down, and there we go. We are dead centered. That is right on the laser beam. And basically what it comes down to is once that laser beam hits in this general area, it's going to start making that audible tone. But because I've got some studio lights and stuff in here, it's reflecting on the screen, making it kind of hard for it to read. If we tilt it a little bit and get some of the light off of it, you'll notice that it starts to work. Now, one of the things that you're going to find on this is as it's working, and I'm going to hold it up here and turn it on for you. You saw the lines come up with the two arrows that were pointing down. It was a long line, a little bit shorter line, and then a short line, and then the center point. That tells you when you're trying to read with this, if you're getting close, it'll tell you that you need to go, the laser needs to go up or the laser needs to go down in order for it to be in the reading. I like this for the fact that if I'm out doing any kind of grade work, it works tremendously well for second grade, doing septic tank repairs, doing any type of drainage and things of that nature to ensure we don't have water running into a house, things like that. So let's go out in the field and I'm going to show you some more features with this. All right, guys, so I've got the Kawitz 360 degree laser level out here. I'm actually using it on a job site that I'm working on. So what I'm going to do is flip the camera around here and show you how I'm working with this. All right, so right now I've got the Kawitz laser set up, and I'm using the vertical, the horizontal, and the vertical on this side. All right, so what I've done is I've actually set up this vertical beam over here to this side to where it is straight down my post line for my structure. All right, so that gives me my line coming straight out to be square. Then as I come around, what I've done is I've set it up to where it's right on the outside edge of my post. And like I said, in the bright sun, it's a little bit hard to see. Then I have the horizontal one here set right at the base of my ledger here. And you can see it right here. I don't know how well it's going to show up in the camera, but it's right there. And you can barely see the green line inside of here, right there on the screw, and you've got it down through there. Now, what I've done that for is so I can come down here to this post on this end and make sure that I'm in line. I want everything to be square on this project. This right here is the reader that you can get. I bought a grade pole as well to go with this, so you can actually use it vertically and see where your lines are at. But what I'm using it for right now is I'm setting it on this post, and I kind of have to shoot it at an angle to stay out of the laser. But I'm going to start to work it in, and you'll see it's hitting. And then right there is center. Let me get it against the post where I can hold it nice and still. All right, now I'm going to interrupt the laser beam, and I want you to look. That right there is almost dead on. Now I've got just a little bit of adjustment that I'll have to make, but once I get some ledger boards up, I'll be able to square that up without any trouble. Now the next thing to do here is actually check my deck height, where the bottom is going to be, and I may not even be tall enough for this job, and I'm not. So what I'm going to do, and you have to bear with me guys, I'm holding the camera here handheld and setting this up. I don't have my grade rod out here on the job site with me. What I do have is a 4-foot level, and I'm gonna put it onto it. All right, so there you go. I got the receiver on the 4-foot level now. Give me a little bit more height, and I'm gonna start raising this up. And as I go up, I got off level there. There. That right there tells me that that's gonna be my deck height. Right there. So that tells me where the bottom of my ledger board is gonna be from the unit that's up there. So that's how I'm using the Kowitz 360-degree laser level that you see right here. This thing is awesome. The battery lasts forever. I've used it on the inside of this structure, setting all the floor joists, getting everything plumb and flush. It worked out great for that. I'm using an old tripod that a friend of mine gave me. You could pretty much use any kind of tripod that you want to use for it, and it wouldn't matter. As long as it's got a 1/4-20 nut on the bottom of it, you could use a cheap tripod and set it up that way. Now with the grade stick, I can go out here and I can actually check my measurements, which is what we did to begin with, so we could create a materials list. So this tool right here saved me a tremendous amount of time. I didn't have to pull strings with a line level and try to measure to get my heights. I just simply walked around with a grade rod, went up and down until I got my measurements, figured out where my posts were gonna be, and knew exactly what length posts I was gonna have to purchase. Now, as far as lining up stuff, you know, when this was set up initially, you could see these posts right here behind me, they're in a straight line. Well, what you can do is you can set your 2 corner posts, this one that's closest to us and that one that's the farthest away, set your laser in the center, and you can run a line down through there without having to pull a string. Yeah, you can do it old-fashioned way and pull it with a string, and I've done that too. But I like the fact that I can use the laser level. Another place this is going to come in handy is inside of this building. When we finish up inside and get everything set and we're ready to run plumbing and electrical, I'll set this thing on a height and I'll run me a laser line around, and I'll go through and drill all my holes in every one of my studs to run my electrical through. And they'll all be nice and even, and they'll all be set the same level. Same thing with setting outlets. I can set my outlet boxes exactly the same height. I can set it up in the center of the room, let it do its 360 degrees, and it's going to set all my boxes for my switches. All right, guys, there you go. That is the Kowitz laser level, 360 degrees, multifunctional tool, dual battery setup that comes with the unit, USB-C chargeable. You don't have to worry about, you know, keeping extra batteries. You can just pop these into a car charger, charge them up, or you can use the provided wall outlet and cord. That works just as well. Comes with everything you need in this kit initially to do basic indoor stuff. If you want to shoot it on grades and do some outdoor stuff on a job site, I highly recommend picking up the Kowitz Green Beam line laser receiver that goes with this, as well as grabbing you a grade rod. That makes this a complete kit. And by the time you pay for this kit, you'll spend more money going to the big box stores buying one of the name brand, high-end, overpriced units. This unit right here performs and does just as well as those units do for on-site work. Guys, I'm thoroughly impressed with it. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Give us a thumbs up. Drop comments or questions down below. Be sure and hit that subscribe button for us and stick with us, because we're going to be coming to you with more.